Hey there, Pisces. August 21st, 2025. Midday read. Let's reflect on what's happened already this morning and what will transpire for the rest of the day. 3 cards for the morning and 3 cards for the evening. Let's see what's happened to you leading up to the afternoon. Again, I'm G. Prabhu. I'm waiting for the cards to reveal themselves. I don't like to pull them. I would rather they manifest on their own. It's too many. Oh, there's one. We got a couple. I don't do reversals. So you've begun the day with yourself, King of Cups, male or female, or anything in between, and the Ace of Swords. So you're coming to some type of epiphany, finding great clarity in some action that you've taken that you feel has elevated who you are as a Pisces, putting you in a regal status, and from that regality comes clarity. Taking big actions, making big decisions, standing above the crowd, delegating, this sense of clarity in a Piscean way. Let's try to get one more. Let's find out what this clarity is. What you've been working on. Too many. There it is. Okay. Another ace. Ace of Cups. So you have the King of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. It really looks like you've attempted to make sure that your clarity is emotionally based. Very spiritual clarity, making sure that where you stand or where you sit up high in this emotional throne, that it is very stable and it's very clear for you, the decision makings that you have, and it's new. It's new. 2 aces. It's a very new way of thinking. It's a very new way of acting. It's a very new way of being a Pisces. Almost a very logical Pisces. I'm a Pisces myself. So that's why I do Pisces readings. Okay, so that's what's transpired. Now let's find out what's going to unfold for the rest of the day based off of this thought process of new love, new emotions, of understanding and logic, rational as well as emotional at the same time. Almost like a paradox. So from here we get the Magician, You bringing it together. You're bringing definitely your swords and your cups together to start that magic. You're manifesting it. You're using your strengths of newfound logic and newfound emotion, and you're implementing, and you're unstoppable. The sword and the cup are the two closest to the magician on the tarot. And from this morning, you've had the two closest, cup and sword, guiding you through the morning. And now you're taking it with you to conclude the rest of the day and transition into tomorrow. Again, the first three cups are a kind of a transition from yesterday as well. And you can go back and look at the August 20th read, which was my first read ever to publish. And see how that couples with all the wands that you had yesterday. Speaking of wands, we'll take that as the next one. King of Wands. So you've started as the King of Cups. You've embraced this logic and this emotion with your two aces. You're mixing them together as a magician, and you're coming out like the King of Wands on the other side. Almost like you're the fire or the cauldron that's mixing all of these elements together like the magician, and you've become reformed as the King of Wands. You're becoming definitely fiery, more passionate, logically passionate. There's reason and rationale behind your passion. It's not random. There's no randomness behind it. All right, let's see how we're going to conclude this day. How are you going to feel at the end of the night with all this new manifestation and alchemy and magical abilities founded by new emotion and new logic? There it is. Good fortune. You're pivoting everything around, embracing spiritual and divine guidance through this process. Good fortune is going to come of this new mixture. So you began the day as the King of Cups, heavy on this throne of emotion, and then you started mixing logic and reason and rationale, as well as more emotional, a sense of almost peace and peaceful love, which has shown that you're this magician, this ability to take this logic and this emotion, which has formed and forged you into a new type of king, that King of Wands, that more passionate, that ability to stir everything with a rod, like you see with the King of Wands. And then ultimately, all that circular stirring creates this divine fortune. Almost like you're being seen or being used as a divine instrument to allow these things to unfold. Pretty good, Pisces. Way to go. So again, you began as your King of Cups, embracing 2 aces, the sword and the cup, and you're concluding your day as a newfound king, a new reign on the horizon, by using your transcendental as well as spiritual and metaphysical abilities to allow divine fortune to manifest. Thank you so much.